Hi, my name is Jim, and this is Gardening Through the Seasons Inside and Outdoors. I would like to share with you an amazing plant from Australia called called a Tasmanian Treefern. As you can see, it's gotten very large. This one's maybe 8 years old, been planted here. I live in northern Oregon, and I don't live by the coast actually. I live in the Willamette Valley. And so we get temperatures down to 15 degrees Fahrenheit, or maybe a little colder. And so it's actually amazingly cold tolerant. It's perhaps the most cold tolerant tree fern in the world. And when the fronds are out, it's absolutely beautiful. I usually protect it when the temperatures get down, when they dip down into the 20s. It can take a light frost, but when it gets down into the 20s very far, the leaves start to burn and they can get kind of ugly. And so what I like to do, please forgive the traffic. What I like to do is when we have those cold snaps, I tie the fronds up with string. My wife helps me, she's a saint. And then I put a blanket around it, or several, and then I put a layer of plastic, and that's all tied. Each layer I tie. And then when the cold snap is over, I take it off. So sad to say, I probably usually do that 2-3 times a winter, but that keeps the fronds looking beautiful all winter. Now, this spring or late winter, we had a cold snap, and I wasn't feeling well, so I didn't tie it up. So the fronds actually got a little damaged and icky looking. So I decided to take an opportunity to chop them back, and then I can enjoy these beautiful fiddleheads. They stand out more without the other fronds. And as you can see, it withstood that cold, those nasty cold temperatures down into 15 degrees or so with ease. It didn't really harm the plant except for the older fronds. Now, for care, these can tolerate, like I said, a fair amount of cold, but if you live in an area like an internal a place in the interior, part of the continent, like maybe Arizona or something, and it's getting into the hundreds a lot in the summer, and maybe it's windy or something, this would probably not be the best fern for you. But other areas, yes. Do water them, like if it's during the summer, during dry spells, and fertilize it a few times in the spring for the best, most vigorous growth. When the temperatures are going to be, say, 100 or 90s, I really thoroughly water it, and I even water the crown here. It actually grows roots in here and can absorb water that way. And by doing that, your fronds will look the most beautiful. I've never had any pest problems with this. It's just a wonderful plant. It adds an exotic focal point to your garden. Do like my video, subscribe, and let me know if you have any questions.